Okay, Trevor. Well, it is time to get to work. You went ahead and decided that you would like to see it fully done, and I commend that decision. I think it's the right call. You never really know what's inside. I mean, it's running good, and don't get me wrong. It's one of those things where you wanna make sure that that it stays as good into the future, and the only way to really do that is to get it serviced, of course. And so I think it's the right move always, not to be self-serving, but certainly as a means by which to preserve your watch. Service is the right route. Okay. And that's what it's here for. So we're gonna begin our teardown process. Get everything disassembled. Get you into the cleaner. All right. It's such a nice watch. I'm excited to work on this one. You don't see them this good this often. You know, these things are beholden to the elements, right? I mean, people wore them. Well, I just serviced one, and you know, somebody bought it at a yard sale for $1 20 years ago. These watches were not considered collectible or even, you know, worth the trouble, to be honest. And they are somewhat complicated. You know, you have to think about who's really servicing your watch and what they're doing, and hope, you know, that it's getting the right kind of care. And frankly, you know, if somebody who thinks it's not really worth very much, they may not do the kind of job that you expect. But I think those times have changed. I think these watches have become very desirable, in fact, and it's opened up a whole new, you know, collecting. There's parts available. There's all sorts of good stuff out there for these. So we'll get it up to scratch. I do want to check underneath this capsule directly to see what kind of lubrication may actually be in there. If it's original, you know, this watch must have sat in a drawer for its lifetime. All right. There's something in there. Nope. Boy, that's interesting. These watches are so robust in their design that basically no lubrication on on the watch, and it runs amazingly well. It's incredible, in fact, how good these things are. Just really surprising. Perhaps I shouldn't be so surprised. I mean, it's good engineering. Some of the best. Okay. Right. So now we're ready to decase the watch. In situations like this, I really firmly believe that, yeah, somebody took this watch, put it in a box, shoebox somewhere, and forgot about it. I mean, it's like brand new. It's in really good shape. I wonder when it was last worn. Seriously, last worn by the original owner. Or whoever. It's in good shape. It's a good watch. Yeah, it's an original seal, but it's still got some movement. It didn't see a lot of oxygen, a lot of, you know, usage. Look at that dial. So clean, so good. It's interesting, this bit of material that's on your sub-register. I don't want to go too far because I don't want to, you know, if it's really just a patination of the surface, then that's okay to leave. But what's cool to me is the color difference. It's so neat. Okay, let's go ahead and take your dial and hands off. Get our little protector here. We'll just put another second layer on top just to be 100% sure that we're giving the right amount of coverage. Nice hand, original hand. And there are your hands. Okay. And now we take your sub off with some levers. These are sort of multi-purpose. You can use these for lots of different kinds of things. But they work really well on the hands here. I'm just going to tip this and make sure it comes off. Not quite. Not quite. Let's give it a little grab. There we go. Okay. Seven 3. Look at that. Let's see your case back. Oops, other way. 7-3, identical. So that's nice. That's really nice to see. Very original watch. Okay. Good. Good. Let's continue our tear down here. Palette fork off. The thing that's good, and the reason these watches do so well if they have been put away, is that, you know, the pivots are still really good, haven't been worn badly, haven't been wet. That's an extremely important thing. Okay. Screws are nice and tight. Sometimes you find that these are pre-loosened, loosened by time and by use. But this one is actually really nice and tight. I mean, you still have lubrication on your reset lever. Usually that's a little bit darker than this. Yeah. I have a feeling that this was serviced at some point in the past. Just not indicated by a mark on the dial or in the case back, which is generally the way people do it. Okay, so we're in the heart of the chronograph now, so we can remove some of these items. It's your minute recorder. Yeah, this lubrication is not the factory, as far as I can tell. All right. Get some of your chronograph springs off. And here's your hammer. Ooh, that's pretty greasy. Jeez. I'm gonna have to hand clean that. Somebody went to town with the lubrication on on the hammer reset. Okay. Sometimes more is not better. In a lot of ways. It can lead to gunking up things if it's not the right viscosity. And it gets on the components where it's not supposed to be. It can really mess things up. So you gotta know the right amount. Sometimes less is more. Woo. Yeah, quite a bit here. Okay. Let's go ahead and remove your ratchet wheel. And your click. That is not a correct screw. The head on that screw is not right. That's a flat finish screw. Yours should be domed. Alright, I'm going to change that out. So certainly somebody's been in here. And they must have lost a screw. We'll get you a new one. A correct one. Ooh, greasy. Greasy, greasy. Okay, there's your chronograph wheel. Alright, looking good. That one's nice. There's your third wheel. And your escape wheel. And your barrel. And you got some wear here. You definitely got some grease that's penetrated out. It's not the best thing to see. We'll see how highly lubricated that is. I'm really surprised there isn't a case back mark. You got a hair here. All right. Okay. Let's check your center wheel and see. Oh yeah, that's in good shape. All right, so let's go to the calendar side and get to work. I've just been joined by the two noisy animals. All right, whoever they were, they knew to put this C-clip on the right way, the correct way. Okay. And looks pretty good under here. They used the right size screwdriver. That's nice to see. If they even took the calendar side apart, I assume they did. It's always fun to understand what's been done in the past. Okay. And there's your plate. And date wheel. Now, come on, screw. I apologize for the noise. Surrounded by crazy animals. There we go. There's your cannon pinion. And your center wheel. Intermediate wheel. Okay, a couple more components here. Got this small bridge that holds on your minute wheel, minute intermediary wheel. There. That's off. This was either not taken off or put back on correctly. It's kind of one way to go. Very simple keyless works. One of the most simple sets of keyless works in all of watchdom. I think only beaten by the 7000 series, which is even simpler. Alright, so lots of grease on here. Perhaps too much. Alright, well, we're going to get everybody cleaned up, get everything settled. We're going to jewel your main plate and our report. Hold on. There we go. Okay, that's the process. We're going to put a jewel here and put its corresponding partner jewel here, and then we'll clean everything up and get it back into shape. All right, we'll be back. Okay, Trevor, it's time to get started. Let's start putting the pieces back together. We've got everything out of the cleaner. Everything looks really great, nice and clean, shiny parts. There's your lower mainspring arbor port jewel and its corresponding upper mainspring arbor port jewel. So we are fully jeweled and good indefinitely with this movement. It's really going to make a difference in the longevity of this watch. You'll be handing this one down for sure to whomever. It's gonna be a good one for a long time. Those jewels really do the trick at removing any of the potential long-term issues with the watch. Okay. Let's get your barrel back in. There we go. Okay. So now we can place your train of wheels, starting with your escape wheel and your third wheel. And now for your chronograph fourth wheel, which has been pre-lubricated and is ready to find its way back in. There we go. All right. Put a little bit of lubrication on your barrel. arbor. And look at that. There it is. Looks good to me. Everybody is in their correct positions. So let's get some screws in place. Okay. Okay. Now we can lubricate your wheels. Let's do that. Those pivots are lubricated. We can put your cover on. Okay. This gets a small screw. Just like so. Okay, let's get your click spring. And your ratchet wheel. Good. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, everybody's in the right position. Now we can build out your chronograph components. So let's start with your levers. All right. I'm going to drop a little bit of lubrication here. Just want to make sure I got everything the way I want. Here. And a little bit to ensure that everybody's sliding properly. Okay. Actually, we're going to put your bushing back in. And your chronograph crown wheel gets its own lubrication points. That was a bit aggressive. Okay. Let's go ahead and get that to sit down. There we go. Okay, now your levers can go. Tiny touch of grease right there so that these have proper amount of lubrication between them. Okay, now we can put your screws in. That's one. Oop, come on. Behave yourself, screw. All right, let's get your hammer in place and get it lubricated. And we just really want to lubricate these parts where the heart contacts. Just make sure this is exactly the way I want it. One last little step here. Okay. Now we're gonna, just to be sure, give this a little bit right here. There we go. All right, good. Excellent. All right. One more little step here. Okay. Okay. Now your springs. Just put your hammer spring on while we're here. And now your reset lever, or your operating lever for your chronograph. And there we go. Okay. Now we need to lubricate your minute recording wheel. And not lubricate your intermediary wheel. And there we go. Okay, that's all the components we need. Now we need your bridge. Looks pretty clean, which is nice. So let's go ahead and get some lubrication on this component, which is part of your resetting. It's a bit much. I'm just going to clean that off a little. Okay. There we go. Hold that in place, and now we can put your screws in. Now, will I drop it in the hole? No! Alright, let's be 100% sure we've got enough lubrication on here. Okay, that's good. Very good. Very nice, very nice. Okay, go ahead and check the running of your train. Oh, that looks really good. All right, very nice. Let's go and lubricate your other side. Make sure it's ready to go. So, just quickly lubricate your third wheel. And let's put your cannon pinion on. There we go. All right, now let's put your die shock in place. There's that. Okay. Okay, now that side is done for now. We'll come back in a bit after we've put in your pallet fork, which is ready to go. Your fork jewels have been lubricated and are ready to do their job. That's what we want to see. You always check to be sure that pallet fork is flicking before you tighten anything down. There we go. Yeah. Free running and very good. So let's go ahead and put your other screw in. The bridge is flat. And then we'll tighten it down and prepare for your balance to go in. Oh yeah, that's good. Okay, balance is ready. And there we go. We're back to running. That's always good. Here's one. And there's two. Okay, let's go ahead and get your tie shock in place. Okay. And there we go. All right, we are back to running. Let's check our work. Let's see how we did. We'll be right back. Okay. Well, we are just getting started. So the numbers are looking already good right out of the gate. Let's go ahead and get some adjustments made here so we're in the right range. Let's get that taken care of. So we're going to get rid of your beat error. I'm going to take a guess. Actually, you know what? Let me demagnetize this for 1 second here, just to be 100% sure. I know it's in good shape. I just want to do my diligence. Make sure there's nothing in the mainspring or the hairspring that could lead to issue. Okay. All right. So we're at 0.6. So what I'm doing is I'm rotating the hairspring and the balance relative to the pallet fork. And what that does is changes the position of where things go tick and tock. All right, so and what we're trying to do is get tick even with tock. Tick tock, tick tock. I think I might have gone a little too far, so let's actually bring down the rate a little bit while we're here. Maybe that'll cure my woes. Yeah, that works. That's sort of the way I was expecting this movement to go. It was ripe for really good performance, and I have to say this is really good performance. There are just certain movements where you kind of look at them and go, yeah, you're going to be a good one. Now our line has sort of disappeared. Let me do this. There we go. Let's just reset that, and now we can really see it. Okay, so I came back a little bit. Oh my gosh. Wow. Okay, 250? I mean, daggone. I think that's about as good as we can hope for. And maybe it'll get better. Look at that, 253. Are we kidding? Jeez Louise, really? I mean, just incredible. Just incredible. Okay. Wow. Okay, Trevor. Well, I mean, it's it's a great runner. This is probably one of the best 6139s out of the box that I've seen. I mean, there's no comparison. It's just 250s right away. Pfft. This is a killer movement. Okay, well, I'm pretty happy with where we are. I'm kind of gobsmacked, actually. This is amazing. Okay, it's time to time to hope for. Oh my God, are we gonna hit 260? Jeez. I'll take 257, 258. That's not bad. Okay. Well, I had a feeling we were going to be here, but this is just such a great thing to see one of these movements run so well. Unbelievable. All right. Well, we'll be back. We're going to start putting the calendar side together. Okay. We are back on the calendar side. And I've got your keyless works put together, which is always where I like to start things. Now we're going to go ahead and just get the rest of the calendar components put in. So we'll just sort of drop these gears and components in place, and we'll be ready to finish our service. And then we just put things back together. Dial in hands and recase the movement. It's really great. This one is such a pleasure to work on. It's such a nice movement. Okay. I really think this is just such generally a new, essentially new old stock movement. I mean, it doesn't have very many hours on it for sure. Not much time spent running, that's for sure. I guarantee it spent most of its life in a drawer, waiting for today to be brought back to its prime. And I am ecstatic to do it. It's really nice. Okay. Put your intermediary gear in place. There we go. Okay, so now we can, sorry for the barking. Get all your date components in place. Just put a little touch of lubrication on the tip of this so it nicely slides on your calendar wheel. Your date ring, I should say. Alright, this is your quick set lever, which goes here. Oh, should go here. It will agree with me. There we go. Okay, now let's get your ring. There's your date ring. Should just fall right in. There it goes. Okay. There's your plate. Sorry again. Non-stop Barkerama around here. Not quite sure what's going on, but Martha is not happy. Okay, there we go. And now for your English Spanish day wheel. Oh my goodness. And the last piece, your C-clip. There we have it. Alright, let's just check how everything is functioning. It's nice. Feels good. There we go. Day and date. And make sure the quick set operation is functioning as it should. There we go. Okay. All right, we're ready to go. I'll be back with your dial in hand. Okay, Trevor. Well, we are here at the end of things and ready to put the final pieces back together. I got your case rebuilt. Got a new crystal installed. And we are nearly there. Just the last few pieces. Okay. There we go. Okay. 2 screws in this winding framework. Let's put a touch of lubrication here. And then final screw in your framework. And your winding weight goes in place. Alright, freely going. Got your new case back seal in place. And with that, we have reached the end of the service on your beautiful, beautiful 6139. What a glorious, glorious watch this is. Look at that. Wow. All right. Well, not only does it run amazingly well, it actually looks just absolutely stunning. It's amazing what a new crystal can do. Let's go ahead and reset your chronograph. There we go. Everybody goes back to where they should be. Okay. Well, Trevor, we set out to make this a great watch. It was already a really good watch, and I think we got there. I think we've made this into one of those sleeper 6139s. It just really, I mean, it took to service like a watch that, you know, I mean, like a brand new watch. It's just, it's running exactly as it should, and I think it just came out beautiful. I was able to get your case cleaned up a little bit. I didn't polish it, I just cleaned it, of course. Cleaned up your case back. I didn't mess with your dial at all. I wanted to leave it exactly as it was. I cleaned your hands just a little, just to get some of the remnant material off, but overall, that dial, it just blows me away. Everything functions exactly as it should. We'll set your chronograph running. Go ahead and set the time. Oops, that's your inner bezel. Go ahead and set the time here. Go through the date change. There it goes. We'll get somewhere far away from there and do your quick date. Check the alignment on your hands, which came out very nice. That just runs through perfectly. Okay. Well, again, you've got a stunner of a watch here. Not much to come home, other than, of course, the watch. And a couple little things here and there, but nothing of any substance, really. It's, sorry about that noise. But you got a screw, a bushing. I think this might be the original glass, but I'm not sure. Case back and some old seals that we've replaced with new. Otherwise, it's just a really solid watch, and I'm so happy that we made the decision to go ahead and get this one fully up to speed. It's just, you don't see them run this well very often, and this is just such a great watch. I'll get your band back on. We'll get you ready to come home. And yeah, we're ready to go. All right, thanks so much.